Hey you guys, I just want to come back in here and update you guys on Benny Franco's book that I have been reading. You guys remember I told you about the book that I've been reading called Playin For Keeps by Benny Franco. This book is really, really awesome, you guys. The first chapter was about his mom dying and him having to go stay with his grandparents. His grandparents was too old, so they sent him to St. Louis to stay with his dad, but he ended up staying with his brother and his brother two homeboys named his brother name it was Carlos, well Los, and then his brother name was Vic, and the friend's name was Ever Since and Knockout, I think it was TKO or something like that. So yeah, the first chapter was really good. He ended up, his brother ended up, just how you stay with your older brother, so it's no supervision and stuff like that. So it was really good. Then the second chapter, he ended up no, still in the first chapter, he ended up going. His brother checked him in school or whatever, and that's where he met his ride or die homeboy Ace. This was the dude, like he was getting jumped in the bathroom, and his homeboy, this dude walked in the bathroom, saw him getting jumped. He didn't like the other dudes that was jumping him, so he helped them fight, and then they became April Coombs ever since. And then in the second chapter, um, Ace introduced him to Mo. So it was just like the three amigos and stuff like that. So I thought that was cool. Um, the second chapter was about him starting to sell weed at school and really getting into the weed game and stuff like that and really hustling. Him putting him Ace and Mo and how they got set up and stuff like that. So that was really cool. Got to talk to his dad, meet his dad, but he always gonna have a problem with the same dude that jumped him in high school. So I was just like, oh, you know how that shit goes. Third chapter, he finally graduates high school, and he just like doing a damn thing. He is like 18, really, really living a life or whatever. So he goes to the mall and, splurging with his homeboys. You know how dudes do. They go in a group and go to the mall, splurge. And he meets this girl named Amaya. And he thinks Amaya's really cute. So he, digging her, feeling her, whatever. But Amaya's the type of girl that don't want to give it up on the first date. So he got to, use his skills to really, really work his magic on her or whatever. So, but once Amaya figured out that he wasn't feeling her, that's when she gave up the draw so she can keep him, on her team or whatever. You know how it is or whatever. Where some girls feel like that's what I was mad at. I was like, girl, you really gave up your draws just to keep him around. You should have kept playing hard to get. But when a guy don't show you no interest, he plays the same game that you playing. That's what happens, and she ended up giving up the draws. And next thing you know, he ended up turning Amaya out. I mean, turning her out. She started tricking for him and stuff like that, and I was like, oh baby. Y'all gotta be careful with these dudes out here in the streets. Y'all thinking all that green and cars and all that kind of stuff is good. These niggas will butter you up, buy you all this stuff, and then talk you out of giving your draws to somebody else. I'm just saying, but this is what happens in the streets. So, that's what happened with them, and he gonna tell her he not her pimp. He her business manager, financial advisor. I said that ain't some shit. This is why I got dudes as my friends because I wouldn't fall for no shit like that. But there's some girls out here that do. Then Amaya started bringing him girls. You know what I'm saying? Once he had blew her head up and shit like that, and she ended up bringing another girl named Magdalena for him. So Magdalena started working for him. Now he over here pimping two girls, got the weed game on lock. 18 years old, doing the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? No adult supervision, stuff like that. But it's always when you trying to come up in the game, it's always somebody that's trying to take your spot and stuff like that. So that's what this is about. So then, after that, what happened after that? He just was reckless. At like chapter 3 and 4, he was so damn reckless. But his dad ended up moving up in the game or whatever. So then that made his brother move up in the game. So then it leaves the house to now Lois and Vic and Lois, Ace, and Mo. So I'm like, it's always a ladder you gotta climb in the drug game, and he's really climbing this thing because this dude is like no joke. Like he like no fear, no fear. He'll pop off in a minute. He don't play that. He'll knock somebody out. I mean, this book has got me so interested. It's been like a movie reading this damn book. Like you watching some shit on TV, you be like, oh my god, here it come again. I'm telling y'all, this book is so damn good. So like I said, his daddy ended up leaving, like I said, they ended up going up the ladder and everybody ended up switching houses and stuff like that. He ended up switching cars. This boy was doing a damn thing at 18 years old, 19 years old. Um, but like I said, he always had a problem with this dude named T Rock. Oh my god, the same boy jumped him in high school. Then like all through when they got older, he had a problem with T Rock. And then he always like T Rock would try to do shit to him, then they get back at him. See, I got all these notes, but I just want to just talk to y'all about this book. So it's always a battle. T Rock do something to him, he go blast them, they go blast them. It's always something to always try to keep yourself the number one spot in the hood or whatever, and make sure ain't nobody selling in your hood. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was always about. But then he ended up seeing T Rock or whatever, after he get jumped or whatever, he see T Rock and his girl. He shoots up the damn car with T Rock and his girl in the car and shit. I'm like, oh, that's messed up. That is so messed up. So then T Rock ended up, I think it was like after that, T Rock ended up getting back at him, and they end up finding out where he stay at, and they go to his house, and they end up shooting him, Magdalena. They end up killing Magdalena. They end up killing, I think it was Ace. Yeah, it was Ace. They end up, no, they killed Magdalena and Mo, and then shot Lowe's and stuff. So Ace walk in the house, see all this. He go after them. They come, and as they go in the shootout, Ace get hit, but he don't even know he hit till he get back to the house, and then he passed out. Then he end up like in a coma for a minute, and then while he in a coma, Los ended up dating his sister while he was in a coma. Which at first the sister was like off limits, like this your best friend, she's off limits. But then they end up starting dating, and you know what I'm saying. So he ended up messing with her. Then he ended up getting her pregnant. I'm like, oh hell no. In the midst of that, remember I told you like his brother was in the drug game too with his homeboys. So then you got his brother homeboy end up turning on him with the feds, and they end up killing his ass because we don't play with snitches. So they end up killing his ass, and I was like, oh well, motherfucker, you know the rules of the game. You start snitching and putting everybody's life in danger, you gotta go. Then his brother end up going to jail. I mean, this book is so good. His brother ended up going to jail on some charges or whatever. And when his brother like some girl, he was staying with some girl. The girl ended up taking money from him, and he sends Lois to go get the money. The girl ended up spending the money, and she had some boy that ended up walking in and own the shit. And I mean, this book has been good. They had to do licks to get their money back up. They had to do all kind of shit because like when he got shot, what's the boy name? T Rock ended up stealing all his shit. So then he had to come back up and, get re-up. And I mean, this book is so good. I really recommend everybody to go get Benny Franco's Playin For Keeps. This, like, I'm telling y'all, when I say this book needs to be, I'm telling you, I keep trying to tell him he needs to make a web series or something. This book really needs to be out there because I was so into it. And I need part two. Come on, Benny. We need part two to come because I need to know what happened with Lois and Amaya at the end. Like, you can't be doing that. I'm telling you. You know how you just be so into a movie and then it go off and then you gotta wait for part two. That's how I felt with this book. So I'm telling y'all, go to Amazon.com. It's only $9.99 for you to go get. You can get the hardback. I mean the paperback. You can get the download it on your Kindle so you can do it. Read it on your laptop or your iPad or your phone. Because I'm telling you, I was like in California reading it on my phone. I would be on in my house on my computer reading it. I'm telling you, this book is awesome. I really give shouts out to this young man, Benny Franco, for doing the damn thing on this book. If you guys have got the book, let me know in the comment section and we can keep the conversation going. But I'm telling you, this book needs to be out there and everybody really needs to get this book. I really do. I really want everybody to get this book. I really would not recommend a book if I didn't think the book was worth reading or worth supporting. You all know me. I really, really support him. So go to Amazon.com and type in Benny Franco or Playin For Keeps or Young Hope and all of it will come up. And please purchase and leave a review in the review section. Make sure you 5-star it up. I'm telling y'all because he really really needs us to support him and stuff like that. He also has a clothing line called RNC Real Niggas Incorporated. So if you want your shirts or he even makes shirts, so hit him up on Facebook. So yeah, I'm trying to get him to get me some shirts up next week so I can give them out to my subscribers. So yeah, please follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, Snapchat. Everything I do is by the Ghetto View. And I love doing book reviews, music reviews, and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure you guys share this video because if you don't want to read it, somebody else might. All right, you guys. Peace out.